In the depths of the ocean, where light barely reaches, an incredible hunt unfolds. European fishermen venture into these dark waters, chasing one of the most elusive and fascinating creatures of the sea, the giant squid. These massive deep-sea creatures have captured the imagination of people for centuries, but only a few have ever seen them up close. Now, armed with advanced technology and expert knowledge, these fishermen are reeling in giant squids, some weighing hundreds of kilograms. But this isn't just a fishing expedition. It's an adventure that combines the thrill of the chase with the mystery of the deep ocean. Join us as we dive into the heart of this extraordinary hunt, uncovering the techniques, challenges, and the breathtaking sights of capturing these magnificent creatures from the depths of the sea.
Fishermen are out there using some pretty specialized gear, like high-power rods and glowing bait, to lure giant squid from the deep. It's all about that captivating light that these squids are drawn to. But let me tell you, catching these giants isn't a walk in the park. Fishermen face tough weather, intense pressures underwater, and some pretty dangerous sea creatures lurking around. Only a handful of countries are really making the most of this unique resource. To tackle these challenges, modern methods like unmanned underwater vehicles and sonar tech are being tested to make capturing squid more efficient. You've got to handle and process these creatures carefully to keep their market value intact. Now, here's something to think about: giant squids don't reproduce all that quickly. This raises concerns about overfishing and the risk of extinction. That's why conservation efforts are so critical to keep their populations from dwindling. On a positive note, advanced tech like underwater robots and AI is stepping up the game in studying giant squids. Not only can this improve fishing efficiency, but it also helps us minimize the impact on our ecosystems. Did you know that giant squids play a role in medical research too? Their collagen is valuable in pharmaceuticals and cosmetics, and their fascinating nervous system has sparked interest in biotech advancements. However, the harsh deep-sea conditions, like extreme pressure and freezing temperatures, can really take a toll on fishing equipment. This doesn't just affect squid, it impacts fishing practices across the board. As we look deeper, it's clear that regulations are a must to protect our ocean ecosystems. Giant squids are a key food source for many predators, and overfishing could create some serious ecological problems. With advancements in deep-sea exploration tech, we're uncovering more about giant squid habitats and life cycles. This knowledge can lead to more environmentally friendly fishing practices and effective conservation strategies. Research on giant squid has even inspired the development of soft robots that can operate in the ocean depths. These nifty machines are not only aiding in exploration, but also have potential uses in search and rescue missions. When it comes to culinary treats, giant squid is a chef's delight. High-end restaurants whip up amazing dishes, experimenting with different cooking methods to really bring out its unique flavor. It's definitely a rare find. But we can't ignore the conservation issues around harvesting giant squid. Monitoring their numbers is key to ensuring sustainable fishing practices and avoiding a decline in their species. Some researchers are even diving into 3D bioprinting technology to mimic the giant squid's unique muscle fibers and complex nervous systems. Imagine the breakthroughs that could come from that in the world of regenerative medicine. The giant squid isn't just an ocean dweller, it's an inspiration for cultural stories and industrial designs too. From folklore to modern films, its image shapes narratives and influences technology suited for extreme environments. And let's not forget, conservation efforts are vital for protecting giant squid populations. International treaties are being proposed to regulate fishing and set up protected marine areas, helping maintain ecological balance. Coastal countries are stepping up with controlled fishing zones to cut back on the number of vessels and curb overfishing. This approach aims to sustain marine life effectively and keep our oceans healthy. To make those sustainable fishing programs really work, everyone needs to stick to the rules regarding net sizes, catch limits, and operational times. These measures are all about promoting responsible fishing practices. And lastly, research on giant squid crosses into a variety of fields, from marine engineering to artificial intelligence. Scientists are digging deep into their unique features, aiming to develop innovative materials and technologies that could benefit us all. So, let's dive into the fishing process, which really gets interesting. Fishermen use sonar systems to hunt for those elusive giant squid, which typically roam around in the dark. Believe it or not, most of the fishing happens at night. Why? Well, it turns out that the darkness boosts their chances of landing a catch. Now, once they've got a giant squid on deck, handling it is super important. These creatures have delicate bodies that start to break down pretty quickly, so keeping them fresh is key. The pros use specialized freezers or plenty of ice to make sure they maintain that freshness. It's all about preserving quality. But hey, fishing isn't all smooth sailing. Fishermen face some serious natural risks out there. Harsh weather conditions, like massive waves and strong winds, can turn a regular day at sea into a dangerous adventure. That's why having safety measures in place is absolutely essential for keeping the crew safe and sound. Speaking of safety, let's touch on regulations. These rules are crucial for keeping the giant squid population stable and protecting the overall health of our oceans. They usually involve limiting the number of vessels allowed out there and requiring fishermen to report what they catch. It's all about promoting sustainable fishing practices. Despite these challenges, the economic value of giant squid pulls in a lot of fishermen. Not only are they prized in kitchens worldwide, but they also have some potential uses in biotech. So, it's no wonder that this alluring catch captures so many hearts and nets. When it comes to processing giant squid, things can get a bit tricky because of their impressive size and structure. Unique techniques, like quick freezing and drying, come into play to keep their nutritional value and flavor intact for consumers. It's all about making sure that what ends up on our plates tastes amazing. And let's not forget about cold storage and transportation. These systems are absolutely vital for maintaining product quality, especially when it comes to shipping giant squid over long distances. Innovation in this area helps boost industry efficiency while also cutting down on fuel consumption and waste.
Win-win, right?
On another note, experts are really pushing for strict management in giant squid fishing.
Why?
Because these creatures play a vital role in the ocean food chain, and overfishing could throw everything off balance. We need to ensure that various marine animals aren't negatively impacted because of it. Adding to the mix, marine conservation organizations are getting into the research game, looking closely at the giant squid's biological behaviors to find effective protection solutions. Plus, when fishermen and scientists collaborate, they can gather some essential data that leads to sustainable fishing practices. Teamwork makes the dream work. Now, climate change is another beast altogether, significantly impacting giant squid populations. They've been migrating to deeper waters or even poleward to find suitable conditions, which complicates the fishing game. It's definitely making things a bit more challenging for everyone involved. Moreover, the decline of small fish and plankton, thanks to overfishing and climate change, is threatening the food source for giant squid. This could mess with their growth and reproductive rates, creating even more challenges for the fishing industry.
It's a tough situation.
Interestingly, giant squid have also become a cultural sensation. They're inspiring documentaries and educational programs, which coastal areas are using to develop tourism centered around these amazing creatures. Who knew giant squid could be such a draw for tourists? When you think about it, sustainable management practices, along with scientific research and technology, are super important. They can help ensure giant squid fishing doesn't harm marine ecosystems. It's critical for the long-term growth of the industry and the health of our oceans. And let's not overlook how giant squids are important for scientific research. They pique the interest of marine biology and medicine alike. Their unique characteristics open doors to groundbreaking discoveries that could change the game in various fields. Last but not least, the development of advanced robotics inspired by how squid move could really enhance deep-sea exploration. These innovative technologies might help tackle tasks in areas that humans just can't reach. So, who knows what exciting possibilities lie ahead? So, here's the deal. Fishermen are using these glowing baits and traps to lure in giant squid. You know, they're drawn to the light in those dark, deep ocean waters. This cool trick really boosts their chances of catching these elusive creatures. Now, when they pull those giant squids to the surface, there's a big pressure difference, which can really mess with their bodies. That's why it's super important for the fishermen to manage their pulling speed carefully. Switching gears a bit, these giant squids are pretty significant in the ecosystem, so many countries have regulations in place for fishing them. This helps prevent overfishing and keeps the balance in those deep-sea ecosystems.
Now, let's dive into the legends.
For centuries, giant squids have been depicted as terrifying sea monsters. These stories likely sprouted from ancient encounters with these mysterious beings. Fast forward to today, and modern technology is giving researchers the chance to capture images of giant squids in the wild. But even with this advancement, we still have a lot of questions about how they hunt and their life cycles that need answering. Also, giant squids aren't just chilling at the top of the food chain, they have their own set of natural predators, like sperm whales. These two engage in some epic battles for survival, and if you look at the scars on the whales, you can see just how fierce those struggles are. As we're on the topic of technology, recent advancements like unmanned submersibles are letting scientists observe giant squids in their natural homes. This is opening the door to exciting new discoveries about these enigmatic creatures. But here's the kicker. Conservation efforts are super important for protecting giant squid populations. Overfishing can really throw off the balance of the deep sea ecosystem. So, various organizations are rolling up their sleeves to put in place fishing regulations and habitat protections. Oh, and let's not forget about the cultural side of things. Giant squids have inspired a ton of myths and legends, showing just how significant they are in our storytelling. You can see their influence in literature and movies, reflecting our fascination with the mysteries of the deep sea. When it comes to their biology, research into the giant squid's neurobiology reveals some pretty advanced nervous systems. This gives us insight into the evolution of intelligence among marine animals. Their big brains and eyes really help them navigate those pitch-black depths. Another area researchers are looking into is the muscular system of giant squids. Their flexible muscle tissue lets them move quickly in those high-pressure deep waters. Who knows, this understanding could even lead to some cool medical advancements. But with all that said, sustainable fishing practices are key for keeping giant squid populations healthy while meeting scientific and commercial needs. Strict regulations are essential to ensure these species continue to thrive in the wild. And just like that, giant squids have woven their way through various myths and stories, solidifying their status as mysterious beings in our culture. Throughout history, they've sparked both fascination and fear, striking a chord with humanity. Moreover, tech like unmanned underwater vehicles plays a crucial role in studying giant squids in their natural habitats. These innovations allow scientists to track and observe these shy creatures more effectively, shedding light on their behaviors. In conclusion, conservation efforts are absolutely vital for protecting giant squids and their delicate deep sea ecosystem. Prioritizing sustainable practices is a must to prevent overfishing and ensure that these amazing beings stick around for future generations.
Các phương pháp đánh bắt mực khổng lồ bao gồm việc sử dụng dây câu dài và mồi phát sáng để thu hút mực từ độ sâu lớn. Điều này thực sự rất quan trọng để có thể tiếp cận những con mực ở nơi sâu thẳm. Sau khi đánh bắt, mực khổng lồ thường được chế biến thành các sản phẩm như mực khô và mực đóng hộp để xuất khẩu. Các thị trường tiêu thụ chính bao gồm Nhật Bản, Tây Ban Nha và Trung Quốc, nơi mà nhu cầu về những sản phẩm này khá cao. Tuy nhiên, ngành khai thác mực khổng lồ đối mặt với nhiều thách thức, như chi phí cao và áp lực bảo tồn do đánh bắt quá mức. Các ngư dân cũng gặp khó khăn trong việc sử dụng thiết bị chuyên dụng cần thiết cho việc đánh bắt. Nhưng đừng quên, việc sử dụng mồi sống như cá thu và mực nhỏ giúp thu hút mực khổng lồ một cách hiệu quả hơn. Để mồi sống giữ được lâu, thường người ta gắn vào lưng cá để tránh bị chết. Khi kéo mực lên, cần phải thực hiện một cách từ từ, tránh làm rách thịt, đặc biệt là với những con mực lớn. Sử dụng dây điện hoặc dây hỗ trợ cũng là một cách hay để kéo dễ dàng hơn. Để bảo quản chất lượng thịt mực, bước quan trọng là phải xả máu ngay sau khi bắt và đông lạnh nhanh chóng. Việc này giúp giữ cho thịt mực không bị nhão và luôn tươi ngon hơn. Tại Nhật Bản, ngư dân thường áp dụng công nghệ sonar và đèn LED để thu hút mực, kèm theo đó là các máy đánh cá tự động để giảm sức lao động. Nhờ vậy, họ có thể nâng cao sản lượng mực đánh bắt. Bên cạnh đó, ở Peru, ngư dân thường ra khơi từ 15 đến 30 ngày để thu hoạch mực với sản lượng lớn. Họ chủ yếu sử dụng dây câu với mồi sống như cá thu để thu hút mực. Nói về Tây Ban Nha, nơi đây có một truyền thống lâu đời trong việc đánh bắt mực. Họ kết hợp giữa kỹ thuật đánh bắt bằng tay và máy móc để đạt hiệu quả cao. Thường thì mực được bảo quản bằng cách phơi hoặc đông lạnh để giữ độ tươi. Có một điều thú vị là chất lượng của dây câu và móc câu cũng rất quan trọng trong việc đánh bắt mực. Các ngư dân cần phải kiểm tra kỹ trước khi thả dây để tránh việc mất mực do sự cố với dây câu. Việc làm sạch và phân loại mực trước khi bảo quản cũng là một bước không thể thiếu. Mực cần được rửa sạch và loại bỏ các bộ phận không cần thiết để tránh làm hỏng thịt. Các phương pháp bảo quản mực như cấp đông nhanh ở nhiệt độ trừ 40 độ C giúp giữ được độ tươi trong khoảng thời gian từ 6 đến 12 tháng. Điều này thực sự cần thiết cho việc tiêu thụ và xuất khẩu. Việc chế biến mực thành nhiều sản phẩm khác nhau giúp đáp ứng nhu cầu của thị trường trong nước và xuất khẩu, từ đó nâng cao giá trị kinh tế cho ngư dân và doanh nghiệp. Các phương pháp chế biến như sashimi và sushi đang dần trở nên phổ biến, giúp nâng cao giá trị của mực trong ngành ẩm thực cao cấp. Điều này tạo ra nhiều cơ hội cho các nhà hàng và doanh nghiệp mới. Chưa hết, thị trường xuất khẩu mực khổng lồ đang chứng kiến sự gia tăng mạnh mẽ, đặc biệt là ở Nhật Bản và Hàn Quốc, nơi mà nhu cầu về thực phẩm cao cấp ngày càng tăng. Tuy nhiên, khai thác bạch tuộc quá mức đã dẫn đến sự suy giảm sản lượng ở nhiều khu vực như Peru, Mexico và Nhật Bản, và điều này ảnh hưởng không nhỏ đến chuỗi thức ăn biển. Để bảo vệ quần thể bạch tuộc trong mùa sinh sản, nhiều quốc gia đã áp dụng hạn ngạch đánh bắt và khu bảo tồn. Điều này giúp duy trì nguồn tài nguyên biển cho các thế hệ sau. Cuối cùng, các nghiên cứu về nuôi trồng bạch tuộc đang diễn ra tại Nhật Bản, Trung Quốc và Tây Ban Nha, nhưng vẫn chưa đạt thành công quy mô lớn. Nếu những dự án này thành công, chắc chắn sẽ giảm áp lực lên việc đánh bắt hoang dã.